everybody. How's everyone feeling this morning?
Good.
Awesome. Another beautiful day in incredible India. How lucky are we? We are so fortunate to be here. So this morning I'm going to be talking about the big fat lies that women tell themselves. What? We don't have any big fat lies we tell ourselves, do we? I think we do. And really, that sentence is, I'm not something enough. So, what are your big fat lies? Can you tell me, Suzanne, what your big fat lie might be?
I'm not young enough.
Okay. And Debbie?
I'm not thin enough.
You so are. Angela?
I'm not good enough.
Of course you are. That's right.
I'm not smart enough.
Oh, I can resonate with that one for sure. But you are.
Yes, I am.
You're brilliant. And you?
I'm not tall enough.
Oh. I can resonate with that one too. Everyone in my family is much taller than me. And I'm jealous of them, but I think they're jealous of me too. So that feeling of not enough, it really comes from a lack of feeling a wholeness in ourselves, which is really a hole in ourselves, right? But if we don't fill that hole with intentional thoughts, the universe will come in and put in our thoughts that we already are swirling in our brain. Studies have been done to indicate that our daily thoughts are 95% negative. The things that are swirling in our head all day long are 95% negative. So the universe is going to fill that hole with negativity in all of those I'm not enoughs. In order to turn that around, and actually it's our amphibian brain just trying to protect us and make us feel safe by putting all that stuff in there to protect us. So I want to share a little story about how to fill in that hole that I experienced in Guatemala this past fall. I was invited to go on an amazing women's wellness trip, and within the trip I decided to have a belly massage, which I had never had before. It was an hour and a half therapeutic, enlightening experience. And what happened was the woman who did the massage for me would go around my belly and she would talk about the individual organs and what they hold inside of them. And then she would massage them to release them. So I believe like the pancreas holds worry and the other organs hold jealousy. And when she got around to my stomach, she had released so much out of my body, physically and emotionally, that when she got to my stomach, I had this overwhelming flood, tsunami of love from my children. I broke down in tears. I was sobbing for about 20 minutes. It was such an emotional, amazing experience for me. Now, it's not that I don't feel love for my children. In fact, the 5 of us are thick as thieves, and I feel a tremendous amount of love from them. But the universe came in and filled that hole after getting rid of all that negativity, which was phenomenal for me. Absolutely phenomenal for me. So I want to read a quote, since we're here in India, from Gandhi. And I think you're all familiar with the quote, but it's always good for another reminder. Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. It all goes back to those thoughts and how we can intentionally close those thoughts and change them into positivity. Sprite asked us when we were coming here, what's your intention in coming to India? And my intention was to be an excellent listener, or as best I could, to the women that are going to be here and to absorb their energy and their thoughts and their understanding, so I had a better understanding about them and what their needs would be. And my intention for this whole year is to live my life bigger, to start living big and shining my light much brighter. I'll share another story with you. I'm a golf fanatic, not an avid golfer, an absolute golf fanatic, and I will play golf as often as I possibly can, many times by myself, which is a very healing, therapeutic thing anyway. And I just throw my bag on my back and I head out on my course, which is in the hills of New Hampshire and in the woods. And one late afternoon, which is not all that uncommon. I was coming up over a hill to get to the next hole, and there was a big brown bear on the fairway. And so I slowed down and was a little quiet with it. He looked up at me, and I looked at him, and I had heard when you encounter a bear to make yourself big. Well, I do have a whole bag of 14 sticks in my metal sticks in my bag, so I had weapons with me if I needed one, right? But I chose not to pick out my golf clubs, and I just made myself as big as possible. I made myself as big as my brothers and sisters are, even though I'm the short one in the family. And that bear looked at me, and he wandered right off. So there's an incredible TED Talk, if you're not familiar with it, by Amy Cuddy. And she talks about body language. And she talks about the power pose. And how when we are triumphant, when we do a marathon and we run across the finish line, we instantly put our hands up for victory, for feeling powerful, feeling amazing, right? And so here's an excellent exercise for you. When I am in a space where I'm feeling small, worried about what's coming up, those negative thoughts are starting to swirl in my head, I will go into the bathroom, go into a place wherever I can be myself for a moment. Sometimes it's right in my car and I just open the sunroof. I make myself big and I do a big pose or a power pose to make myself feel stronger and more effective. And it actually, those chemicals, those dopamine chemicals, just surge through my brain and really give me that boost to get through that worrisome period in my life. So I would totally encourage you to go watch the Amy Cuddy TED Talk. It's really incredible. So in closing, I want to remind you about those negative thoughts and how every morning we can start to change that script in our head. These are some other exercises I do in the morning. I give myself my daily talking to. So before I put my makeup on, before I get all dolled up and pretend I look prettier than I looked 5 minutes ago, right? I stand in the mirror and I do my daily talking to. I tell myself whatever those negative thoughts that have come into my head, I tell myself the opposite. You are beautiful. You are smart. You are young enough. You are tall enough. You are all of those amazing things that you don't think you are. And I tell myself them over and over and over and over again until I start to feel them trickle down my throat and into my chakras and fill my whole body up. It's an incredible, incredible feeling. So I would encourage you all to go out and shine your light bigger in the world, live your light, live a big life, and make it happen for others. A candle loses nothing in itself when it shares its light with others. So go out and share your light with others and make the world a bigger shine. Thank you. Are there any questions? No? Okay.
No, I'd like to ask a question.
Oh, yes.
So where was it massage? Guatemala?
Oh, in Guatemala. Yes.
We should get one, right?
Yes, you should. Oh, it's an incredible experience. And these people were not just massage therapists, they are healers.
Oh.
They are healers. Yeah. It was incredible. I'll give you the information.
Yeah. And I never heard of that power pose before. I think that's a big takeaway.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah, when you said it, it is right. After you win, most of the athletes do raise their hands. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes up like this.
Yeah.
Or you feel power when you stand tall and you stand big and you breathe properly as well. It's really an amazing, amazing feeling. Yeah. Yeah. Scare that bear away.
What was the name of the TEDx speaker?
Amy Cuddy, C-U-D-D-Y. Yes. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.